Hey folks, how's it going? This is Iron Seagull here, and today it's time to dive into some lore because they gave us a pretty lengthy blog post about what's going on with Inniscreen and Enchanted by Nature. So without further ado, let's dive right in. As Sims arrive and settle into the lush and charming world of Inniscreen, they'll encounter many interesting beings along the way, from fairies buzzing about to ramblers offering necessary tidbits. This coastal land grows in abundance from an enchanted legacy with a dark past. So let's dig deep down into its roots and meet some of the Sims that make Inniscreen the perfect place to embrace your natural side. So there's Mother Nature and Spruce Almighty. Never get over that parody of Bruce Almighty name. So funny. Great green love of Inniscreen, creator of all that is wonderful and awesome in the natural world, including her beloved fairies. Mother Nature watches over Inniscreen and all that call it home, although a gentle guardian that provides guidance and inspiration to any Sim that seeks it. Her powers are as mighty as they come. A dark time ago, she found herself in a great conflict known as the Gnome Wars. The result that has shaped Inniscreen forever. I never would have expected the Gnome Wars to be lore in The Sims. Wow. Yeah, but like many wars before, it sparked from love between Mother Nature and Spruce Almighty. Spruce was a gift to Mother Nature from nature itself, sprouting in her very own garden. Their love for Mother Nature lives deep in their roots and spreads to each needle, and like Mother Nature, they've dedicated their life to protecting the wonders of the natural world. Spruce, however, is not all powerful like their eventual wife, but powerful nonetheless. They created the gnomes after all. Devoted to their creator, the gnomes have a special but troubling bond with Spruce. The Gnome Wars began when non-magical Sims of Inniscreen began developing technology that separated them from this land of natural wonder. This way of living enraged Spruce, leading to their loyal gnomes attacking these Sims in Spruce's honor and attempting to drive them out. The fairies of the land stepped in to defend the non-magical community, eventually leading to Mother Nature herself getting involved and putting an end to the aggression. Spruce agreed to not engage in any further conflict, while the gnomes were rendered inanimate as their punishment, except when fairy magic temporarily permits them to animate once again. So this is a big factor as to why I think with that last update, the gnomes moving about on their own constantly seems like a bug. It does seem like a bug. But the relationship between Mother Nature and Spruce Almighty is complicated, lingering in the very soil of Inniscreen today. Although divorced, Spruce still pines for Mother Nature's warm embrace, never losing hope to one day rekindle their lost love. So hopefully that's actually reflected in their relationship panels in the game. I would not be surprised if this was all just written out but not accurately reflected in game. But gnomes, on the other hand, can be quite simple. Just ask resident gnome enthusiast Glenn Gnome. He'll gladly sell you a gnome or tell you how they can help your garden grow, or ask you to awaken the great gnome in town square. It really does gnome it all. So interesting. I wonder what that looks like to have that big statue awaken. And it's funny, this screenshot here with this gnome beside Glenn Gnome, it looks so blurry. It also looks like it's photoshopped in with the ankle in this screenshot. Yeah, they really could go back and update at least some of the textures that look so low detailed, at least for those of us on higher graphics settings. They just scroll down a little bit. Your favorite Spruce Dairy Grove couple. Meet Elric de Marais and Todd Attenberry. Elric lives a simple yet complicated life. Born a fairy, he hasn't always embraced his magical nature. In fact, he often wonders about a life without his whimsical gifts and need for emotional fuel. Luckily, he has Todd to keep him balanced. And that's interesting. We do have a fairy who is at odds with himself and doesn't actually quite like being a fairy. But Todd, who you may remember as Apothecary Todd from The Sims Making Magic, is the owner of his own apothecary stall, of course, and purveyor of many goods. He spends his days at the market doling out cures and elixirs, trading various ingredients, and even sending an occasional sim out on a quest or two. That is cool, especially with it being the 25th anniversary of The Sims this year, that they are bringing more Sims back from the previous games. Even just like NPCs, because actually, even though I did play quite a bit of Making Magic, I don't remember the NPCs all that much. But despite Elric's winged affliction, the two share a deep love for the natural world. They can often be found mucking about in their harvestables or taking a snooze in the lush grass. Todd, the more diligent of the two, always finds the perfect ingredients for his apothecary crafting. No matter what you need, Todd is often the sim to see. Drama brews and ever do. Welcome to a house of refuge with a dusting of rogue behavior from its new guest. This charming girl home is brimming with excitement ever since Nadia Kishka, a fairy friend, let runaway daughter Iris Lepido crash with her. Why, you ask? Well, what started off as two besties under one roof may be morphing into a flirtatious relationship. This home flutters with drama and magic, making it a lot of fun for these two rebellious ladies. So yeah, Iris, I'm pretty sure that is the sim from the reveal trailer. You kind of see that beginning of the story unveiling. But stifled by her parents, Flora and Ao Lepido's tech-heavy home, Iris moved into the Enchanted Forest of Everdew to explore life in nature. She keeps her past a secret with the hope that magic can one day write the future of her dreams. Enter Nadia. Known for being devious with a sprinkle of good, she is a fashionably fuchsia fairy, try saying that 10 times fast, and supportive best friend to Iris. Between her ex, Joe Trader, Trader Joe's, and the Fairy Council liaison, Nadia is just happy to be in the company of someone as fun as her. Speaking of, say susu to Nadia's former lover, Joe Trader. The Grove's local tradesman, Joe pals around town, offering quests and presenting trades with goods he may or may not have stolen. Forming a bond with Joe may come with its problems, or even ailments, but the reward may be sweeter than expected. Find out for yourself. A fairy family with fairy problems. The Summer Dreams, a fairy family, are currently tending to a bit of a rough patch in the Garden of Life. Titania, wife and mother, wants to be a free spirit untethered to this realm of domesticity, while husband Oberon has high hopes for his family and their space in the community. No matter how steamy their love is, it seems their marriage is in need of some serious watering. I don't really know a lot about the Sims 2 lore as far as Veronaville goes, because I didn't play there very much, but yeah, they are from The Sims 2. I'm not sure why they don't mention that. And despite their troubles, they both deeply love their daughter, Mara. Titania enjoys teaching her how to forage in the woods, and Oberon allows her to venture wherever she pleases, instilling his love of nature within her. And Mara, I've seen some discussion on Blue Sky about this. Mara is actually an NPC fairy in The Sims Making Magic, so that's another Making Magic character returning, except she's a child, and unfortunately, since children are not fairies in this expansion pack, not until they grow older, then yeah, we don't see her with her wings. But then Mara loves her family, home, and all the magic that swirls around her. She is counting down the days until she earns her wings. She's adventurous, curious, and full of aspirations. She often dreams about becoming the queen of all fairies one day, should fairy society ever adopt a matriarchy. Then some others you may run or fly into. Karen, as in like caring, but Karen, but also sounds like, you know, a Karen. So A+ pun there, Max, is great. liaison with Fairy Council and member of the welcoming committee to Inniscreen may be one of the first you encounter. She may look intimidating with her blonde and sharp suits, but stay on her good sides, you'll reap the rewards. You could start by offering her a grilled cheese. It'll be your pleasure to meet Zale Amani, a wise elder fairy respected by all in the community. She can be found buzzing about in the forest, looking for Sims to send out on quests. The images were captured in a pre-launch build. But yep, the pack does arrive in a few more days. Well, I guess more than a few days, but July 10th is when it releases on all platforms. So there you have it. There's a look at Enchanted by Nature's lore. I was hoping that there would be more going on between Mother Nature and Spruce Almighty, and I can't get over that the Gnome Wars is an actual concept in The Sims. It just makes me think of those opening text crawls from the Star Wars movies, and yeah, Karen, the layered pun there, that's just too good. I wonder how much of this blog post will be accurately reflected in-game, because I know since yesterday, people in the EA Creator Network who were lucky enough to be invited to the CFE Early Access have started releasing footage, screenshots, and overall impressions. I haven't had much time to check out footage yet, but one thing I did end up learning is Iris doesn't know her parents. They are still linked in the family tree, thankfully, but yeah, I know Iris is trying to hide her past, but I think there should have at least been negative relationships with her and her mom and dad, so I don't know, they could have gone to more effort there. Still, it seems this overall is a lot better compared to, say, the earlier worlds in The Sims 4 that didn't really have that much lore going on. And on a more positive note, one other thing I learned is that we have 14 lots in total for Inniscreen, which is pretty good. I mean, of course, I always wish that we could have even more, like, say, 25 to 30 as the average. But compared to what it is we actually get with expansion packs nowadays, I can work with 14. It's annoying when we get, like, say, only 11 or 12, but 14, at least then there's more room to fit in more households and venues without having to depend on other worlds all the time. That wraps up another Sims Info and Thoughts video, so feel free to let me know your thoughts on Enchanted by Nature in the comment section below, and be sure to subscribe if you'd like to keep up with my latest gaming content. I will talk to you all later, and have a great day. Thanks for watching!